Taurus, let me ask you this. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the air shift without explanation? Have you awakened in the middle of the night, your chest heavy, as if someone had tried to peer into your soul but found themselves unable to enter? What is it in you that repels darkness, even when the world insists on testing your patience and stealing your peace? Breathe, beloved of the earth. Let these words find you where you are, in silence or in chaos, in joy or in healing, because today something ancient within you is being remembered. A part of your spirit, timeless and vigilant, has just been acknowledged by forces that thought they could control you, but they were wrong. The Warlock's awakening. The one they sent, the conjurer of shadow, the manipulator of threads unseen. He was no stranger to darkness. His work had succeeded before. He had turned smiles into despair, hearts into ashes. But when he laid his eyes upon you, Taurus, something shattered in him, something ancient and forgotten. He saw what few ever do, a spirit that has died and returned again and again, wrapped in lifetimes of earth and willpower, learning how to bloom where none thought life possible. Before we go deeper, take a moment to ground this energy. If these words are already resonating with something ancient inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe now to stay connected to this journey and share in the comments what part of your soul just remembered its power. Your voice here matters more than you know. And so he stepped back, not because he respected you, but because he feared what stood behind you. Your image shimmered with the energy of something far beyond the visible. He saw Archangel Michael, not a symbol, not a myth, but a presence, blazing and sword drawn, standing behind your shoulder with unwavering force. That's when the Warlock abandoned his task, not out of remorse, but out of survival. Why you, Taurus? Why did they target you? Because your glow is not loud, it is not boastful. It does not need to be. You, beloved Taurus, have a different kind of power. Your presence says, I am here, I endure, I do not kneel. And in a world of masks and noise, that quiet strength unsettles the fragile. That self-trust enrages the false. Your resilience, wrapped in softness, is a miracle they cannot replicate, so they try to break it instead. What they didn't know is that you have already broken before, and from those broken places you grew gardens. From betrayals, you made protection. From silence, you carved the most unshakable truth. I am worthy, I am whole, I will not be moved. The celestial backdrop, the sky moves for you. Do you feel the cosmic momentum building around you, Taurus? We are approaching a sacred astrological window, a new moon in Taurus, a potent seed of manifestation and spiritual fortification. This is your moon, not merely a night sky event, but a soul appointment. It amplifies your values, reawakens your inner soil, and draws from you the divine order of who you are meant to become. Paired with Venus in Gemini, this moment sharpens your mind, enhances your intuition, and gifts you a silver tongue that can now speak only truth, the truth of your worth. The truth of your sacred boundaries, the truth of what you will no longer allow. You are no longer clinging to survival, you are building your temple. The hidden betrayals revealed Taurus. Allow me to speak plainly now. There are three faces around you, feminine energies, friendly smiles, familiar voices. They do not carry daggers in hand, but in intent. They praise your success, but covet your serenity. They copy your steps, but curse your peace. And worst of all, they do it with soft hands and old affection. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet nausea when they laugh too loudly at your joy. That dissonance when they show up just when you start to heal. That exhaustion that follows their visits, though you did nothing but talk. They have manipulated energies. Spoken your name where sacred silence was needed, but the tides have shifted. The magic they invoked now circles back, not as punishment, but as reflection. The divine is restoring balance. Their intentions return to them multiplied. The deeper soul, truth, and yet, in the center of all this, you still love, you still long. There is a name, a heart, a memory, someone who left but never truly disappeared. Yes, I see it too. The soul who walked away, whose heart was turned against you by voices that feared your bond. They believed lies, they absorbed poison, but even now, in their silence, your name pulses in their bones like a hymn. They are not who they once were, and you have grown roots deeper than ever before. So here is the sacred question that the cosmos now offers you. Could you forgive them if they returned not as the one who left, but as the one who finally understood? Let that answer rise from your heart, not your wounds. Taurus, you are becoming the gate. All around you, energies are crumbling, those that no longer resonate, those you never truly chose. It may feel lonely, it may feel like loss. But what you are experiencing is the shedding of false selves, of karmic echoes, of soul contracts that no longer fit your frequency. You are becoming the gatekeeper of your own spirit. The Warlock saw that and stepped away. Others will try to return, disguised in nostalgia. But now your intuition will be sharp, your thresholds holy, because this time, Taurus, you know who you are. And no one enters your temple unless they carry truth in their hands. If these words stirred something ancient in you, speak it into the world. Write this in the comments and let your soul be witnessed. I walk protected by light, no shadow can penetrate. My soul is sacred, my path is sealed in truth. Let the universe echo it back to you in blessings. Let those who underestimated your silence now tremble at your becoming, and let yourself feel it deeply. The Warlock saw your light and turned away. Taurus, now that the veil has been lifted and your light reclaimed, a deeper question echoes through the chambers of your soul. What now? Now that the Warlock has turned away, now that the masks are falling, now that your silence no longer means surrender, but sovereignty? The answer is both simple and ancient. You are becoming the storm and the shelter at once. Yes, Taurus, you have emerged from the battle not just alive, but transformed. But with this transformation comes a sacred price. The universe will now test the structure of your temple, not to break you, no, to prove to you that it is real. The earth shifts beneath you. Have you felt it? Lately, even the ground you once trusted seems to tremble beneath your feet. Relationships dissolve without warning. Words that once brought comfort now ring hollow. Paths you pursued with determination seem to vanish mid-step, and in their place, silence, uncertainty, a space that feels too vast to fill. This is not chaos, this is not punishment, this is cosmic recalibration. Under the current sky, Uranus continues its slow and shocking transit through Taurus, challenging every outdated version of you. He tears down what no longer aligns, not to leave you bare, but to set you free. This is the alchemy of the earth element in evolution. You, the most grounded of all signs, are now being rerouted in your own truth, no longer fed by others' expectations, no longer nourished by borrowed dreams. Only what is authentically yours will remain. Your sacred gifts, remembered, not learned. There's something stirring in your chest lately, isn't there? Not pain, not exactly, but a pressure, a weight that pulses behind your ribs like a memory not yet remembered. That's not coincidence, Taurus. It is your ancient magic awakening. You were never just a sign of material pleasure or earthly beauty. You are the keeper of sacred fertility, of soul gardens, of inner altars, of the invisible threads between form and spirit. And now, as the sky activates your chart through lunar magic and Uranian revelation, your gifts are surfacing. The ability to sense deception in stillness, not in words. The power to anchor others in safety, even when storms rage. The rare capacity to create beauty from pain, through voice, through hands, through presence. But these gifts are not quiet anymore. They're demanding use. You may feel restless, suddenly hungry to create, to move, to build. That's your soul trying to express what can no longer be contained. The return of the shadow. But beware, beloved Taurus. When your light begins to expand, so too do the forces that once tried to smother it. The Warlock may be gone, but shadows don't vanish. They shapeshift. They may return in the form of old lovers who miss you, in old jobs offering another chance, in habits disguised as comfort, in thoughts that say, maybe I imagined all of this. Do not be fooled. This is the oldest spiritual law. The moment you step into your truth, the old illusion will beg you to return, not because it loves you, but because it knows it is dying. The altar of the future now is the time to build not just boundaries, but rituals. You are not the same Taurus you were last moon cycle. You are a gate now, a conduit, a protector of what is sacred. And that means you must act accordingly. Cleanse your space with purpose. Eat as if your body is a temple, because it is. Speak only what builds, not what binds. Move your body with the rhythm of the earth, not machines, not guilt, not mirrors. Listen more, speak less, feel everything, because your future is calling, and it does not knock softly. It calls through symbols, through discomfort, through divine interruptions. It will burn what you worshipped only to show you what you actually needed. It will strip what you clung to, only to hand you what you always deserved. Taurus, you are not who you were. You may feel lonely at times. That is not failure. That is the void clearing out space for soul-matched companions. You may feel heavy. That is not regression. That is the gravity of your new role, anchoring not just yourself, but others. Because, Taurus, some of you are being prepared to lead, to guide, to heal, to create temples in the middle of war zones, internal or external. And if you've wondered, why me? The answer is simple. Because you've already walked through fire and emerged with open hands. Let the earth hear you now. So ask yourself, dear Taurus, what truth do I keep burying beneath politeness? Who do I still carry, even though they abandoned me? What parts of myself am I finally willing to reclaim? This is not the time to wait for signs. You are the sign. Every dream you've held back is rising to the surface. Every fear you've swallowed is now losing its grip. Every step you take from this moment forward must be sacred, because you are no longer walking alone. The soil remembers your name. The stars are realigning in your honor. The Warlock may have known your name, but only you know your power. Taurus, everything up until now has been preparation. Every heartbreak you survived, every betrayal that turned your silence into stone. Every time you held back tears just to protect someone else's comfort, all of it was shaping something that is only now beginning to reveal itself. Your calling. Not the one society tried to assign you, not the one that others projected onto your loyalty, but the soul-assigned mission you chose before you took your first breath in this life. And now you stand before the threshold of it, not in theory, not as a fantasy, but as a living, breathing intersection between the known and the miraculous. If you're still here, it means this message found you for a reason. Let this be your sacred moment of commitment. Hit that subscribe button and leave a comment telling me what you're letting go of today. When you share your truth, you activate the magic. Don't hold it back. Your next chapter might begin with that one simple act. The cracking of comfort. But let us not romanticize this part of the path, beloved Taurus, because this is where many turn back. This is where comfort screams louder than intuition, where logic begs for compromise, where fear pretends to be safety. You are a child of Venus, lover of sensual beauty, of familiar rhythms, of steady progress. But the voice of destiny doesn't arrive in velvet. It arrives in disruption. It speaks through sudden endings that feel unjust, opportunities that terrify even as they excite, people leaving just when you needed them most. A deep knowing that this is not enough anymore, even if it once was. This is the divine cracking open of your shell. And the question is, will you emerge? The two roads appear in every soul's journey. A moment comes when the future splits. Two doors stand before you, equally real, equally reachable. The first is the path of continuation. It offers familiar faces, predictable outcomes. A return to what was, safe, stable, known. It is tempting, it is soothing, it is the slow erosion of your spirit disguised as comfort. The second door, it is unlabeled. It offers no promises, only potential. It is the path of initiation. It demands that you leave behind roles you no longer resonate with, that you speak truths that may shatter illusions, that you follow instincts that others cannot understand, that you risk being misunderstood in order to be fully seen. It is the path of power, not power over others, but power aligned with soul. And Taurus, this is where destiny waits, not to force you through, but to whisper, "You're ready. Step forward." Signs, you're already choosing. You may not realize this, but your soul has already begun moving. Look closely. Have you been saying no more often, even without explanation? Have people fallen away, not in anger, but in energetic silence? Have ideas been bubbling inside you, wild and unfiltered with no clear origin? These are not random. These are signs that your energy field is shifting, that you are reorienting toward your soul's magnetic north. Some of you have begun dreaming again. Some of you have noticed numbers repeating, 1, 11, 3, 33, 5, 55. Some of you feel as though you're shedding a skin that no longer fits. These are your breadcrumbs through the forest. Follow them. The soul contract activates. Now, Taurus, here is a truth that not everyone is ready to hear. You made a contract before coming here, not with the world, not with other people, but with yourself. You promised to heal what your bloodline could not, build what others only dreamed of, love with a force that makes illusions tremble, live in alignment so deeply that others awaken just by standing next to you. And this contract is activating now. You will know because the old tools stop working. The old identities feel hollow. The old excuses can no longer be spoken without shame. You are not being punished, you are being called forward. The voice from within you may have noticed it already. A whisper, not quite your own. A thought that repeats with unusual clarity. A feeling that pulses like a heartbeat just beneath the surface. That is the voice of your higher self, the version of you that exists outside of time, who sees the full map, who knows the road beyond this fog. It does not speak in fear, it speaks in certainty. When you hear it, trust it. When you feel it, follow it. When you doubt it, remember, that is your power returning. You are becoming the bridge, Taurus. Not everyone will understand what is happening to you. They may say, "You've changed. You're being distant. You're overthinking everything." Let them say it, because they are right. You have changed. You are distant from what no longer feeds you. You are thinking differently because your mind is no longer in survival mode. You are becoming the bridge between earth and soul, between practicality and purpose, between legacy and liberation, a moment of choice. And now, the universe stands before you in silence. It will not push. It will not shout. It waits for your decision. Will you choose what is familiar or what is faithful to your evolution? Will you remain where you are tolerated or go where you are meant to rise? Will you numb the call or answer it with everything you've got? No one can choose for you. No oracle, no reading, no ritual. Only you. The next part of your story depends on it. Taurus, something in you has shifted, and the universe has taken notice. The moment you whispered yes to your soul, the heavens began to move. Not with fireworks, not with sudden explosions of change, but with quiet precision, like stars adjusting position, like ancient gears turning behind the veil. From that moment, everything unaligned began to dissolve, not as punishment, but as divine consequence, because the moment you align with your soul, reality must follow. The first sign, the guides gather. Have you felt the tingling at the base of your neck? The sudden cold draft in a closed room? The flickering of lights, even when there's no storm? These are not random. They are your spirit guides arriving, not metaphorically, not as an idea, but as energy, presence. intelligences that have walked with you through lifetimes. Some are ancestors who whisper in dreams, others are cosmic beings, star keepers, elemental guardians, drawn to your awakening. They do not interfere, they assist only when invited, and now that you have chosen the soul's road, they stand at your side, ready. You may feel them in, a scent that shouldn't be there, but comforts you, a dream that feels more real than waking, a song that plays exactly when you need it, a feather where no bird has flown. These are not coincidences, they are cosmic confirmations. The second sign, people begin to reveal themselves. Now that your energy has shifted, so too will your connections. You will notice, some will distance themselves without explanation. Some will become uncomfortable with your calm. Some will resist your joy. Others will try to pull you back into patterns you have outgrown. Let them go. Their chapter in your story may be complete, or they may return, transformed, when they too are ready to walk a path of truth. But here's the beauty, new souls will begin to appear, souls that match your frequency, respect your silence, celebrate your growth without needing to understand it, speak without speaking, love without clinging, and stand without draining. They will arrive unannounced, not because you begged, but because you aligned. This is what happens when Taurus stands in truth. Sacred alliances form. The third sign, synchronicities intensify. Your world will become stranger and more beautiful. Expect numbers repeating not just daily, but hourly. Dreams so clear they feel like premonitions. Thoughts that manifest in the physical within hours. Delays that turn into divine detours. Doors that close so others can open exactly when needed. You are not imagining it. The veil between seen and unseen is thinner now. You are walking between worlds, grounded in earth, but touched by the stars. Even the birds seem louder, the sky more expressive. This is no accident. It is the universe reflecting back to you. You've returned to your path. The fourth sign, the body speaks, Taurus. Your body is your greatest oracle, and now it too is responding. You may feel sudden exhaustion, strange bursts of energy at night, hunger for foods you never craved, sensitivity to noise, crowds, or superficiality, a deep desire to be in nature, near soil, trees, water. This is your vessel recalibrating. Your nervous system is releasing old trauma. Your muscles are shedding memories no longer yours. Your skin is remembering what it's like to be safe. Honor this. Rest more. Touch the earth with your bare feet. Drink water like it's ritual. Move with intention, not urgency. You are not falling apart. You are being reassembled by the divine. The fifth sign, the soul mission emerges. And now, for the quiet miracle. The thing you feared was gone forever. The dream you buried, the passion you silenced, the gift you doubted, gently is resurfacing, but clearly it may come as a vision during meditation, a spontaneous urge to create something new, a long-lost idea returning with urgency, a job, path, or person that reignites your purpose. This is not random inspiration. It is your soul handing you the map you once lost. And Taurus, now that you've said yes, you are ready to walk it. Your path is becoming sacred. Let no one minimize your transformation. Let no one shame your softness. Let no one rush your unfolding. Let no one tell you that you need to explain your peace. You are becoming a sanctuary, a force of clarity, a field of love so grounded it teaches others how to return to themselves. But this is not the end. This is only the threshold of true manifestation. Taurus, if you've made it here, then hear this truth with the deepest part of your being. The miracle is not coming, it has already begun, not in a dramatic display, not in the lightning bolt or the crowd's applause, but in the quiet knowing that has anchored itself in your chest, the soft fire that no longer flickers, the peace that no longer needs to prove itself. You have crossed the threshold, and what awaits is not a reward for your pain. It is a recognition of your wholeness. Because, beloved Taurus, the divine does not reward suffering, it responds to alignment. And you, finally, have remembered your frequency. The new reality forms around you. As you continue to walk this path, the world will mirror your transformation. People will begin to speak to you differently, without knowing why. Opportunities that were once locked will open without effort. Strangers will be drawn to your presence. Delays will turn into divine timing. That one door, the one you feared was gone forever, will appear again. And this time, you'll walk through it with authority. But here's the real miracle. You no longer need any of it to feel worthy. You will receive from a place of overflow, not need. You will attract from fullness, not lack. You will love from essence, not fear. This is how new timelines are born. The return of true love, and yes, love returns. Not the love that left you hollow, not the echo of someone who couldn't hold your depth, but the love that sees you now, not as an escape, but as a destination. For some of you, it will be a reunion. Someone who has shed their illusions the way you've shed your armor. Someone who now speaks your language, not with words, but with presence. For others, it will be a brand new frequency, a love so aligned it terrifies and heals at once. No games, no chasing, just recognition. Love that doesn't ask you to shrink. Love that sits beside you as you expand. Love that brings peace, not performance, because you've become the love you once waited for. The prophecy awakens. You were never ordinary, Taurus. Even when you doubted, even when you begged for simplicity, you were always marked by spirit, chosen not for perfection, but for persistence, trusted not because of loud faith, but because of quiet endurance. Your soul chose this path to break karmic chains, birth new blueprints, reconnect the sacred to the ordinary, ground the divine into this earth through your body, your voice, your creations. You are not just healing yourself. You are altering the collective field, and because of this, a prophecy written in your name has now begun to unfold. You will build, you will lead, you will anchor love where others only saw loss. You will hold space that transforms, and the world will call it magic, but you will know it was always just your truth, finally unbound. Before we close, a sacred remembering, Taurus, take this moment, breathe, place your hand over your heart, feel that rhythm, that pulse. That is your soul whispering, I'm proud of you. Not because you were flawless, not because you never doubted, but because you stayed, you listened, you rose, you broke quietly, you healed privately, you shined without permission. And now, the gates are open. Let yourself receive. Let yourself expand. Let yourself become everything you once feared was too much, because it was never too much. It was just you before the world asked you to dim. If this journey touched your spirit, if you felt seen in ways words can't explain, write this below as your final sacred vow. I no longer walk in waiting. I walk in arrival. All that is mine returns to me now, with grace, with power, with divine timing. Let the universe hear you. Let your voice ripple through realms. Let your life become the altar where all your prayers return fulfilled. Taurus, your crown was never lost. It was only waiting for you to remember where you left it. And now, you wear it, not to rule, but to radiate. Welcome back, beloved. Your season of miracles has begun. If your heart feels lighter, if your soul feels seen, then let's keep walking this path together. Subscribe to join this sacred space where light meets truth. And in the comments, declare your presence, write your decree, and claim your return. This is not just a video, it's a soul awakening, and you are a part of it now.